audio on. And Twitch, what up, everyone? Welcome to the Civitai guest creator stream. This is our second week in a row doing this, and man, I am so excited for today's. We have a very special guest. My good friend Enigmatic E is here with us today, and he's going to be walking us through some 3D plus AI. Just a little background real quick. Before I even had a PC that was capable of doing anything with AI or Stable Diffusion, I was watching this man's YouTube channel and his tutorials on how to create AI videos before I even had a computer capable to do it. So for me, this kind of feels like a really cool full circle moment. So with that being said, we want to get as much of E in during this time as possible while we have him. So I'm going to turn it over to him, let him give a little intro on himself, and we'll get this moving. Twitch, if you guys have any questions throughout this whole thing, please write them in the chat. And as the stream goes on, I will stop E and ask him any questions. So E, take it away, man.
Hey. What's up, everyone? I'm glad to be here, and I want to just thank JBoog for inviting me because, yeah, I think what you've been doing, JBoog, has been really cool and exciting, and I'm just glad to be part of this. And yeah, so a little bit about me. You know, I've been doing AI stuff since Disco Diffusion. I don't know if some of you remember that, but it was something like it was similar to Warp Fusion, but even more difficult and just harder to get better results. You didn't have like a way to save your settings or anything like that, or upload your settings and stuff. Yeah, before that, I was doing videography, editing, motion graphics, pixel art animation, a bunch of stuff that will kind of indicate why I'm interested in the whole mixing 3D with AI. So that's why today I'm going to be talking about this. I hope that even if you're not super interested in learning like full on 3D, like you don't have to. But I think if you can learn some little tricks, this can be like an alternative to using, like, a lot of people like to use video to video, you know, looking for videos on social media and then using that to run through Comfy and create some crazy looking visuals. But hopefully this will be like another way for you, just like another option to, you know, your whatever, like other tools you can use, you know. So yeah, so why what's the benefit of using like a 3D video when you're running this through Comfy, for example, like something through Comfy? One of the things is, like, when you render a 3D animation, you have an option to put, like, to remove motion blur. And if anybody knows anything about that, motion blur, like, it's when somebody's moving, you literally, you're not seeing like every frame like super clear. You're seeing like a blur, like the name implies, right? So when you're using 3D, you don't have that. And so when you're running that through ComfyUI, it's gonna render things so much more cleaner than if you're using like a video that you found on Instagram or on YouTube. Also, you can get like some perfect masking through it, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that, how to get like perfect masking. And I know that JBoog, he has a workflow that he always talks about where he uses a mask, like a black and white mask, so that he can run that through an IP adapter for the subject and then an IP adapter for the background. And so I'm going to show you how you can create that in Blender super fast, super easy, and not have to worry about rotoscoping or like getting really messy masks. So we're going to go over that. And another thing is camera control. You get to control the camera. So we're not going to dive super deep. You're not going to have to learn how to you know, sculpt any models or anything like that. We're going to try to keep everything as simple as possible. We're going to use AI to help us out with that too. So yeah, so what you see right here, what I have on the screen right here, it's called it's from Luma Labs AI, and it's called Genie. And essentially, it's a text to 3D generator, and it's totally free. At least it is right now. Hopefully, it's free for a long time because it's very cool. Um, let me type something in so you can see kind of what it does. Maybe some of you guys are familiar with this, but let me just put, for example, what should I put? Ryu from Street Fighter, right?
Exactly. Your signature.
Yeah, I love. I grew up playing Street Fighter a lot. So, and J-Bug, I know that you play Street Fighter too. Um, but yeah, I run that, and then I get a few models here that pop up, and then I can. Some of them look really rough. Some of them look pretty decent, and typically we try to choose the better looking ones. But we're gonna get into that in a bit. I'm gonna show you kind of my workflow here, and here I created from this 3D model that you see here. Very basic, no details or anything. And this is the challenge that I like to put on myself. I like to see, can I just run this through AI and have it fill in all the details? And as you can see right here, it did. I have Pete Diddy running. Well, you don't see it here, but the original animation is Pete Diddy running from a police officer. And here it is. And this is just using two models that look like what I just showed you. So for those that don't know, P. Diddy has been in a lot of legal trouble lately, and I just thought it would be funny to do something like that. But
I thought this was very good social commentary when you posted it on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, so we're gonna be using GD, and we're gonna be using Mixamo to get some animations. And I think that's the kind of the hard part with this process is like, where do you get animations, right? Because when you go on social media, you can just grab a video and just run that through Comfy, right? But Mixamo is you can create a free account and get access to a bunch of free animations. At some point, you might get tired of these animations because a lot of people use them because they're free, and you start to recognize, oh yeah, that's from Mixamo. That walking cycle is from Mixamo or whatever. But there are ways that you can, use AI to record yourself with your phone and create your own, through that video, you can create like animations for like 3D models and stuff like that. Some are paid, some give you free credits. One of them is like called Deep Motion. Let me look for it. Deep Motion, just to show you really quick. Yeah, so essentially, you insert a video, and then it just animates it for you. So these are options that are out there. Just kind of wanted to just let you know that. So yeah, let's just start with something super basic, and we'll just level up little by little and do something a little bit more complex as we go. But let's just grab any animation that's here, and let's use this character right here, right?
So E, real quick, just so we're understanding kind of like the order of events that this would usually go in. Are you first prompting and finding a model that you get from something like Luma, and then you find the character animation on Mixamo before everything goes into Blender?
Yeah. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, let's actually let's get into
can I have a short question?
Yeah.
Do you plan or is this planned in a way that we can follow that in Blender ourselves?
Yes.
If we open it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have Blender, and Blender is totally free, also, you can download it. If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously you can pause it at any sections and stuff. That's going to be very helpful. So if you miss anything while I'm doing it live, just know that this is going to be uploaded on YouTube. So
exactly.
you can follow along. So, let's go ahead and let's look for a model. Okay, let's create a model using AI. I'm gonna try Miles Morales. Wearing a green bomber jacket. Jordan sneakers, and a red hood. Red hood, because he has like a red hood. Like, let's actually pop. Let's look at his image so we can kind of know what he looks like. Miles Morales outfit. It's giving me cosplay outfits. So it's kind of like like this, right? Okay, just to kind of know what I'm looking at. Miles Morales wearing a green bomber jacket, red hood, Jordan sneakers, in a T pose. This is very important. You want to make sure that it's in a T pose, and because I'm gonna explain that right now, because we're gonna rig this in this website, and it's gonna rig it automatically for you, so you don't have to worry about it, about rigging, that is. And I'm gonna keep pressing retry until I get something that I think looks good. You want him with his arms spread and also his legs spread apart as well. You don't want his legs together. So let's see. Let me try a few more. So every time you retry, it gives you different results. So just look for something that looks somewhat decent. Let's go with this one right here. So as you see, like, the head looks really bad, and don't worry about that. We're gonna do something right now to fix that. So we have the body here. It's in a T pose. The legs are spread apart, so that's perfect. There's this option to make it high res. Sometimes it makes it better. Sometimes it just makes it look weird and gives it weird details that you really don't want. So I'm not going to do that for this. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on retopologize and put medium, and then as a FBX format. And I'm going to download that. And it says it's cleaning up mesh. So while that's downloading, let me...
Sorry to interrupt, but I also have a question about following along.
Yeah.
How close does the model have to be to the ones that, like, all the assets that you're using? Like, do we have to use it basically what you're using? Like, can
No,
we use a different character than Miles Morales? Because
you
I'm
can
not going
use...
to be able to get that exact model, you know?
Yeah, no, you can use whatever you want. Like, this is just showing you the process.
Oh,
So
thank
you
you.
don't have to you don't have to actually do the exact thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, man, and keep in mind, the best way to go about tutorials really is to, like, watch the tutorial and follow it, but while you're following it, try to do your own thing. That way, any little speed bumps that you run into along the way, it kind of like cements the process into you even more. So by the end of it, you didn't just follow exactly click for click what someone like E did. You actually learned because you had to troubleshoot a little bit as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
So now we have the body. So now the way that we're gonna get a better looking head is just to put Miles Morales' head this time, or like put whatever character you're looking for and just put head. And this is what this is going to do. It's just going to give you the head alone, but it's going to be a lot cleaner looking, and we're just going to attach it to the body, and then from there we're going to run that through Mixamo, get an animation, and then run that through Comfy. And then
that looks so much better than the head it put on the model.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with this one right here because this one looks really nice. And again, you don't worry about like imperfections right now, because that's why we're gonna use ComfyUI. That's why we use AnimateDiff to improve all these things. Okay, so I'm gonna download this. It's gonna clean this up. And while that's downloading.
Oh, in what format you downloading this? Because your face is on there. Because there you can select
I'm sorry.
different
I'm so sorry. Yeah, let me actually let me move my sorry. Yeah, I'm downloading it in FBX file.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right. So after this, okay, it's still downloading. So now I also want to look for hands, because this is another thing. Sometimes the model, the full body model, is the hands just look really bad too, and you want to be able to get some clean looking hand movements as well. So I'm just gonna put Miles Morales hands. I don't think maybe I'll just put not black as in skin color, but black as in the color black hands. Open hands. All right, so I think
we
this
have
is
we have
done now.
we have a question in Twitch that says, "How hard was Blender to learn for you?"
For me, it was very hard. Just because I'm a slow learner. But once I learn it, I feel like I get really good at it. Yeah, but I think it's also because I just kind of just looked at YouTube tutorials, and sometimes it's better just to buy a course or get a course somewhere, and just have someone that knows what they're talking about teach you. But I'm just gonna put open hands, and I'm just gonna paint his hands black. Open hand. Open hand. So the reason you want open hand is because you don't like when you have fingers together or any part of the bodies together, then the vertices are stuck to each other, and then when you try to rig it, then it's just gonna warp really weirdly. So this is perfect. This is a perfect hand right here. All right. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. Hopefully this is not too boring for you guys. It's a little bit of a setup, but once it's set up, then I promise you it's gonna pay off.
I am so pumped for this. Don't you worry.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. I think everyone's stoked on it. So yeah, don't even worry about how long any of this stuff takes. We all do AI. We know that you have to get extremely lucky to get the thing you want with the first prompt.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Right.
I'm extremely smooth-brained, and I don't want to deal with Blender. Can I still do this stuff without having to use Blender?
I think you can. I think you have to use Blender even at least a little bit, because, like, even if you get the body, for example, like the body that we generated earlier, and you just try to run that straight into Mixamo, you still there's certain things you have to do for it to work properly. Yeah. Plus, you want to record the actual animation too. So yeah, I think you have to go through Blender still.
Couldn't that be fixed with open pose motion as well?
Open pose motion. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I was going to say that, there are other 3D modeling animation programs other than Blender. Like, if you want to use one of those, I suppose,
Yeah, Daz, it really just depends, buddy, on how much control you want and how good you want your final product to come out. The more control and the more kind of like granular you can get with it, even at the surface level in Blender, the better the end result is going to be, rather than if you just let, at the current point we're in right now, something that is completely AI automated do the entire thing. We are not there yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I got what I needed. I got the hands, I got the head, and I got the body. And I just extracted it from the zip file, and I have them right here. And I'm just going to copy this path because I'm going to need it right now. All right, so now I open up Blender, and this is Blender. This is kind of the default that window you're going to see. I'm not going to go over every little detail when it comes to like how to move around and stuff. I have a video on that if you want to check out my YouTube video, because there's just I don't want to overload you with a bunch of information and stuff. So the stuff that's not like camera movements and stuff, well, I'll just say it. If you have a mouse with a middle mouse button and you click on it, you can move around like this, right? And if you press shift while pressing the middle mouse button, you move from left to right like this. If you don't press shift, you just rotate it like this. And if you press 1, you get the front view. If you press 3, you get a side view. You press 0, you get a camera view. So those are kind of basic stuff. Again, but I would recommend you watch a video on just the basic stuff like this. All right, so let's bring in the model. Let's delete this square that's in the middle. Let's bring in those models we just downloaded, and we're gonna go to import. We're gonna go to up here to file, import FBX. Oh, did I put export? Import FBX. Okay, and then I put the path where I have those models, and then I'm gonna import that, and FBX. Go back, head, import, back, hand. All right, so now I have all my models right here. I'm gonna select all of them by just left clicking and selecting all of them, and press 1 to get the front view like this again. When I press 1 and those numbers I mentioned earlier, it's on the numpad section. So yeah, on your keyboard. And then I'm just going to press R for rotation, and I'm going to type in -90, and then Z, the letter Z, and then it's going to make it face forward like this. Okay. And then you press S. I'm going to select this head, and I'm going to press G, and then middle mouse click to move this to the side right here. Going to do the same thing with the hand. I'm going to press G, and then middle mouse click to move it over here. And when I press middle mouse click, what it does is it keeps it, when I move it, it keeps it on the axis like this. You see? So, yeah. Press 1, and then I come up here where it says viewport shading, and I'm going to put material preview. And then we see like all the colors and stuff, right? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the body. I'm going to come up here to where it says object mode, and I'm going to go to edit mode. And then I'm just going to left click and then just select half of the body like this. I'm going to press Alt Z for transparent, because then if you don't press Alt Z and you select anything, then it doesn't select the back part. So you have to press Alt Z so that it can make the model transparent. And then when you select half of it, it's going to select the back part as well. And then I press 1 again. And you kind of want to select where this line is right here, right? And then you're going to press enter. I'm sorry, delete. And then delete vertices, right? So what this is going to do is going to leave half of the body, and we're just going to mirror the body so that it can be exactly the same on both sides. Okay? So,
Question.
Yeah.
Why don't you just use the knife tool or the Boolean tool to cut it in half at like perfectly along the axis instead of like just kind of approximating it like that?
Well, because I can fix it. I can make it very precise right now. Let me show you really quick. So, like, I'm just gonna
real quick, E. Guys,
Yeah.
keep in mind with all these things, whether we're talking about AI or 3D, there are hundreds of different ways to get to your end result, and there's no like, oh, you did this instead of this. However you get to your final thing is how you get to your final thing. So if you know a better way, do it in your workflow. But let's let E kind of run through this.
Yeah.
I was never trying to insult him. It was just curiosity.
Yeah, there's no. It's all good. I didn't even take it as an insult. But I know that there, like J-Book said, there's probably tons of ways to do this. This is just kind of the way I do it. But you can always do it a different way if you like.
Mm-hmm.
So I get out of the X-ray mode by pressing Alt C again, and then I come here to edit mode. Come here to where it says select edge mode. And then I'm just going to double click here on one of the edges here, and it's going to select all the edges like this, where you see all this orange, right? And then I'm just going to press S 0, and I believe it's Y. No, X. Okay, yeah. So S 0, then X, and it's going to make it flat like this, perfectly flat. And then from there, I'm going to press E to extrude, and I'm going to pull it right to that line, that blue line that you see there. Okay? Then it's perfectly centered now. After this, we're going to come over here to modifiers, add a modifier. We're going to put mirror. And then with this little mirror object, little eyedrop tool, we're going to select the mesh, and then we're going to press, we're going to put Z and remove the X. And then now we have like a perfectly symmetrical model right there. Okay, so now from here, all we got to do is remove the hands and remove the head and just replace it, and then we're gonna send it to Mixamo to get animated. Okay, so we can apply this so that it becomes just one mesh. And then I'm gonna go back to edit mode and going to come here to this little circle select thing, and I'm gonna select the head. Right. Oh, I'm gonna press Alt Z again for X-ray mode, and I'm gonna select the head and delete vertices. Ah, shoot, I deleted the hoodie as well.
So doing it in X-ray mode, make sure that you get everything in the back of him too, right?
Yeah, it gets everything. It gets like the back of him, so you got to be careful. You got to angle it at a certain way, like this, so that it doesn't get the back, right? And then,
Cool.
yeah, so I delete this, delete vertices, and that doesn't have to be perfect. Just like that's fine. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the hands. Actually, I should have deleted the hands before I mirrored it, so that it can be perfectly mirrored. But it's whatever. Okay. All right. So the hands are gone. Let's go back to object mode, and we're just going to make these hands small and just place them on place them where the other hand was, right here.
I already have so many ideas of just like putting obscenely large hands on characters and animating them.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like, I know it takes a little bit of a setup, but trust me, like, this doesn't take me long because I already know how to do it. It's taking a little bit longer because I'm explaining it, and I know I'm not explaining it with great detail, and I'm sorry about that.
You're doing great, man.
Just because I don't want it to be like an extremely long, stream. Just trying to get to the fun part as soon as possible. Okay, so we have the hand there. Again, it doesn't look perfect. It's fine. Oh, shoot. Okay, just line it up somewhat like this, and then we're gonna mirror that as well. Add modifier, mirror. Select this eyedropper tool, select the body, and put Z right here. And then it mirrors it perfectly like that. And I'm going to apply that. All right, and then we're just going to move the head. One.
Remember to paint the hands black.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And you know what? The great thing about this too is if you're using like, and I'm gonna talk about that. If you're using LoRa's, even if it's not the right color, when you run it through ComfyUI, it actually will do the right color. Like, it will make his hands the right colors. That's what's so great about this. And you might think like, so why even do this in the first place? Well, when you have a lot of things to help the AI figure out what you want it to do, like, or the character you want it to to animate, it really does help to have like the shape of everything. You know what I mean? For example, if you want to like animate, like if you want the AI to animate SpongeBob, you're not gonna use like a human body, right? You're gonna be using a square shaped object with hands and legs, right? So, all right. So yeah, we're gonna change the color of the hands. To do that, I select the hands and I come here to material. This little, I don't know what this is right here, but it's just like the circle, the little red circle right here with these shapes in here. I'm gonna remove the material that's already on there, and I'm gonna add a new one. I'm gonna name this hands, and then where it says base color, I'm just gonna make them black. Boom, there you go. Yeah, and I think this is pretty much it. Yeah. Oh no, like the body's extruding right here, which is an easy fix too. Let's see, press 1. I'm just gonna try to center it as much as possible. Okay. And to remove the bottom part, I'm just going to press 1 again. I'm gonna go to the square box selector, just select that part, delete it. Notifications. All right.
Important part of the tutorial. Don't forget that one, guys.
Yes, don't forget Pika Labs. You can animate your still images with that. All right. Okay, I think that does it. Does it look pretty proportional, or does his head look too small?
Head is way too small, man. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is it?
No, now I think it's too big now. Is it? I think his. Yeah. Oh shoot.
I think it's because it's a little bit cartoony, and that's like really messing with like what things should look like.
Yeah.
All the hair inside.
What was that?
It's all the hair inside that expanding the mask.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
I think that looks pretty good.
it works.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's cool. All right, so if you try to put this straight into like some people told me this when I did the tutorial on something like this, they told me that when they try to run this into Mixamo, they were having a bunch of errors, and the reason is because you have to come in here into shading, select one of the objects, and then go shading, and then guess what? For all my Comfy users, look at this nodes. Yeah, so you come into shading and you select an object, and you're going to remove everything except the base color. For some reason, Mixamo doesn't like these other materials, so we're just going to delete them, and it should still keep everything, like the colors, intact. So that's all we care about. So I'm going to remove all these from all the body parts that we just got, and then the hands. Oh yeah, the hand doesn't have any materials. So yeah. Now we can export this file, export .fpx. We're going to go to path mode, go to copy, and then embed textures like this. And then we're going to export, we're going to call this Miles Morales. Assets, export. All right. Now let's go to Mixamo. We're going to go to upload character. Let's look for our character now. Miles Morales. Oh, shoot. What did I do? Okay. Let's drag this into here. It's going to take some processing. So how you guys doing? Good so far?
Dude, I'm stoked on this. I think this is great.
Okay.
When we post this on YouTube, I'm going to go back and rewatch it so I can use this to make something for Civitai next week.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Nice.
Dude, this is incredible. Like, I'm so glad that you're doing this. This is exactly what I've been looking for, actually.
Nice. I think the only problem with this model is like I made the hands really small, but yeah.
Oh
Let me
yeah, no,
actually,
they're too small. You got to start the whole tutorial over.
yes. Let me actually start from the beginning. Nah.
Hey guys,
Jeez.
welcome to Civitai.
Welcome to Civitai.com. Yeah. Let me actually just scale this up. Ah, shoot. How do I scale this up? Oh, because they're parented to each other. Okay. Shoot. I mean, I don't want to make this more complex than if something's parented to each other like this and you want to unparent it, just select it and go to edit mode, select what you want to unparent, and press P. And it says separate selection. Oh shoot. Sorry. Don't forget to always Alt C for X-ray. And then and then you press P. And then you come back to edit mode, and then they're two separate objects. And yeah, let me actually just delete this so that I don't make things more confusing. I'm just going to make his hands bigger. Is that better? Somewhat?
Way better.
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
We're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and mirror that again. So select the body mesh. Z. Okay. Let's export this again. Export f.fbx, Miles Morales, copy, yeah, all that. Cool. Let's go back and bring it in again. Okay, that is loading. All right. Okay, so that looks better. Now we're gonna go ahead and press next right here, and it's gonna ask us like, okay, where's the chin, where's the wrist, where's the elbow? So we're just gonna move these little circles here to wherever those spots are. So I'm gonna put this on the chin, this on the wrist, this kind of guess where the elbow's at, like right there, knees right there, and the groin. There you go. And then we're gonna press next. And it's analyzing.
And so that's why you needed him to be perfectly symmetrical and you sliced him in half and you just mirrored it.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and also that's why you want the fingers to be separate because it's gonna rig the fingers too. So it's just gonna make it a better quality animation so that when you're running it, through AnimateDiff, it's as clean as you can get without having to actually know how to model something, you know.
Bro, that's so cool.
Yeah. So then you have your animation there. Look at it. Pretty cool, right?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. And then you can just make them do whatever you want, like dance or like yeah, you can make them do whatever. And this is something that we just got, we generated through Luma Labs, right? And you just have to go through a little bit of a setup, and then you have your character, and you can use it as many times as you want. So what do we want him to do, right? Like, do we want him to run and do like a front flip or a back flip? I'm going to show you how to like combine the animations so that you have like, you don't just have like a running cycle and that's it. I'm going to add a running cycle and then maybe do a backflip, or we can have him like skateboarding and have him like do a backflip and land on the skateboard. That's a little bit more, I don't know if that's a little bit too complicated, but I mean, we can do that if you guys want. What do you guys think?
I think we should try whatever you think we can get away with in the time frame.
Skateboarder. Let's do it.
The what, skateboard?
Fuck yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Skateboard. Okay, skateboarding. Okay, really quick. Let's go for it. How are we doing on time? We good? How much? How long have we been streaming for? 40 minutes. Okay, we good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do a skateboarding. Okay, And we're actually going to get a skateboard from Luma Labs as well, because we ain't about to, model the skateboard. Okay. Download. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So when you press, so once you get that, once you select the animation that you want and you see it like animating like this, you're gonna go to download and download with skin. So you're gonna download that, and we're gonna save it, and yeah, wherever you have everything saved. And then we're also going to have him do a jump. Yeah, this is perfect. Like this. And then he's gonna land on the skateboard. All right, cool.
It's gonna be so cool, man.
Yeah. So your main animation, you're gonna want it with the skin, but since we're gonna combine two animations, this is the one we're gonna combine with the skateboarding one. We're gonna do this one without the skin because we're just gonna use the skeleton to tell like the main animation, the main model what to do, and I'll show you what I mean in a bit. So without skin for this jumping animation. Okay. All right. So let's go to Luma Labs and just get a skateboard. Skateboard. And we're just gonna grab whatever pops up. It's not gonna be super fancy. Yeah, like this. This is fine. What is this? Okay, that's not what I was looking for, but oh shoot. Why did it give that's weird.
Exactly, Eaglestein. AI gonna AI.
Jeez.
Hey, so
it's so hard if you do some live presentation and it's normal.
E, how long would you say it took you to kind of like nail down your workflow for this to like where it currently is? Like, how much trial and error did you have to do before you kind of figured out like, okay, these are the steps for me to get to this result?
I think once I understood like what was possible with like for example like this, I did some animations already. Like I'm sure some of you have seen some of you have seen some animations I made. Once I understood like, oh, it adds detail to this. Like now, what if I actually make him look like Ken somehow? You know, then it's gonna make it even like better looking, and it's gonna attract the face and the movements better. And that's kind of my thought process with it. And that's when I thought, when I've heard about Genie, I thought like, okay, what if I just like combine like all these parts of the models to make it look to get the shape of this character, and then just let the AI do the rest, you know. And that's kind of when it comes to time, I'm not sure. Probably like a few days, I would say.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna bring them the animations. I'm gonna open up a new project because I want to just keep this just in case I want to use it. I need to come back to it for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna start a new one, and I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna say animation Miles Morales. Okay, we're gonna remove this block, and then we're gonna bring in the animation. Import FBX. Where did I save it? Assets. Skateboarding. Nice. All right. Okay, so now we have this guy like this, and I'm just gonna rotate him because this is my front view, and I want to have him on like side have a side view of him. So I'm gonna press R90. Oh no. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was selecting the camera and the light. R90, and then Y or X, Z. Okay. Sorry, I'm always guessing like which letter it is.
The axis has always messed me up when stuff is turned like a different way.
Yeah.
My front view becomes my side view, and
yeah, it's Z, X, and Y for the Z, X, and Y axis. So yeah, so now I play this, and then you have your animation right here. Let me see. I actually don't want him to move. I want it to stay. I want to control that with like what's called an empty. So I'm gonna come here to where the animations are, and this is don't worry about this. Is just specifically to this animation because for some reason it's moving and I don't want it to move on the. Oh shoot, maybe this is too complicated. Oh no, I know what it is. Yeah, sorry. It's in the hip bone. So I select the armature right here so I can see this armature, which is like the skeleton. And then I'm gonna come here to where it says data. Gonna go to viewport display, and I'm gonna press front so I can see it in the front clearly. And then I'm gonna select the armature. Gonna go to pose mode, and I'm going to select the hip bone because this is what's making it move forward. And then yeah. So I think if I just remove the hip bone, if I delete everything in the hip bone, yeah. Did it do it? Yeah, but then which one's making the move forward? Z? No. It has to be Z.
we had someone in Twitch say remove the X position data.
Oh. Okay. Where at? I'm not sure where. Can he say where?
I think is it the X location?
Oh, this one right here. Yeah, maybe it's this one. If this is it, thank you so much. No, it's not. Oh, here it is. It's one of these. There you go. This one. Sorry. There you go. All right. Don't worry about this. Like, you're probably not going to be doing an animation like this. If you are, then just watch this video and do it exactly like I did it.
Good call.
And yeah, we're going to bring in the skateboard. FBX. Skateboard. Oh no. Import FBX. Where did I save the skateboard? Let me see. Extract. Okay, here it is. All right. All right. Yeah. Nice.
Oh yeah, so good call from our Twitch chatter who is a 3D Avocondo. He said it would have been X, but you flipped it when you brought it in. So then the
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good call, man. Thank you. I think in the future, maybe I should have done that at the beginning, and then I would have been Yeah, would have been easier. All right, and I actually want to lock. I want to lock this to his foot so that it's like moving with, like it's making a similar movement. You know what I mean? Or parent. I'm sorry, parent the skateboard to his foot so that when the body is moving, the skateboard moves with it too. So the way I do that is I select the skateboard. I select this little skeleton thing. Go to pose mode, and then no, actually, I sorry. That's I'm gonna do it differently. We go to constraints. Select the skateboard. We'll go to this thing called constraints. Go into here, and then we're gonna add a child. We're gonna select the armature, and then we're gonna select the bone, and we're gonna select the left foot, left foot, and then we're gonna set inverse. Okay. And if you notice, it is moving with the foot, but when the foot rotates, the skateboard rotates too. So the way you get around that is you have to remove rotation. Is it rotation? Yeah. So you remove the rotation for that, and I just kind of move this back into place like that. And now it doesn't rotate, but it still follows the foot. All right.
The comforting thing for me is seeing you actually go through and have to like, oh wait, is it this? Is it this? Because this is the same thing I'm doing when I'm making videos in like anything. It's just like you figure it out as you're going along, but it's cool to see like your process of doing that.
Yeah, it's a lot of still trying to figure out like how to solve an issue, you know? Because it's a lot of problem solving. But that comes with experience too, you know? And so I'm also going to create what's called an empty. Empty. And I'm gonna bring this up a little bit higher right here. And then I'm going to do I parent the armature or the actual model? Let me see. So I select this thing called empty, and then I'm gonna shift select the armature, and then press Control P, and then set parent to object. Let me see. No. Okay. Select the empty. Select the body. Sorry. Let me. No. It is the armature. Right? It has to be the armature. There you go. Yeah. So it's so it's you select the empty, you select the armature, and then you press Control P and then parent to object or to to object. And then now it's going to like now if you animate in keyframe this like this, then it's gonna move like this.
This is so cool. Right? Hey, man, I hope you guys know how difficult it is to do this stuff, let alone doing it live with like 600 people watching you.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the pressure, man. I feel nervous, man. I'm like, dude, if I mess this up, it's going to look really bad. But okay, we're going to have this view. Thank you. We're going to press Control-Alt-0 so we can get the camera. And this is this little frame here is showing you where the camera's at. And this places the camera wherever you have the view. So if you have a view like this and then you press Control-Alt-0, then that's where it's going to place the camera. And when you render it, that's what you're going to be looking at like that. You see, that's the render right there. So I'm going to press 1. I want to get the side view. I'm going to press Control-Alt-0. And then I'm going to come over here to change the resolution. I'm going to make this just a 1x1. 180 by 180. And I'm going to be moving the location of, the location of the camera. Zoom in. Zoom in. Yeah. All right. Nice. Okay. I'm also going to parent this camera to this empty as well. So I press the camera first, and that's going to be the child, and then the parent's going to be the last thing you select. But you press Shift, select the empty, and then press Control P, and then to object. So now if I move this empty, let's say I come here to the first frame, and I press I, and I press, it's going to create a keyframe for location and rotation. And then I move over here, like a few frames, and I drag that empty by pressing G and then middle mouse clicking and then moving it. Wait a minute. Why isn't it moving the body too? Let me see. Okay, there you go. I don't know why that happened. It unparented it for some reason. Because now if I press this little record button, it's gonna auto key. So whenever I make any movements, it's gonna. What the hell? Why is it? Ah, shoot. Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Maybe what I did, I probably pressed Control Z and I kept undoing it. That's why it wasn't doing it right.
We're gonna name this stream parent issues.
Yes, parent issues.
Thanks, Engelstein.
So now I created I keyframed this empty. So now you see some movement right here. Right. Pretty cool. Let's add a ground. So I'm gonna come here to press Shift A to create a mesh, a plane, and I'm gonna press S and just kind of make this big, and then SX to make it long like this. And let's try that again. Cool. Let's have a texture on this. There's this thing called Blender Kit. It's also free. You can download it and install it into here. But essentially, you can look up for textures. So I'm gonna put build. He's gonna be skating down a building. All right. It doesn't make any logical. It's not like logical here, but you know, we're not using logic today. We're just gonna do something. Okay. So we've added the texture here, and we're gonna go to edit mode. Press A to select all as we select this building thing texture, and then we're gonna go UV editing. We're gonna press A again to select everything, and then scale. Oh, come here so we can look at what it's gonna look like over here. You make sure you're like in render view or material preview. And then over here, you're gonna press A to select all. And what this is selecting the texture. So when you press S and you scale this down, then the texture is gonna be transforming like over there on that side too, so that it looks a little bit more like a building. All right, and then you can always scale it like on the X-axis too to make it look like this, or the Y. Yeah. All right. Okay. 0. Okay. Let's add actually some light. So I'm gonna come here to object mode, Shift A, light. Where's light? Light. Sun. We're gonna add a sun. And where's the sun? Oh, it's right here. Okay. We're gonna make the sun really bright by going here to where it says, where you see this little light bulb. You can bring this up. Gonna make the sun a little bit warm. A little bit. And also we're gonna add a background. These are just extra things that I'm adding, by the way. You don't have to do all this. This is just me to just make it a little bit more interesting. To add like a background here, or HDRI kind of background, we come here to this little globe where it says world, go to color, select this, and go to environment texture. And then there's this website called HDRI Haven, where you can download all these like images where you can add this kind of as background. So now we have like a sky. So yeah. So now we can do this like that. Pretty cool, right?
I think this looks super cool. I can't wait to see after you run it through Comfy.
Yeah, right. And then lastly, the last thing we're going to do with this is we are going to have him jump, and then he's going to land again and keep skateboarding, I think. Okay, so we also want to loop this. We want to loop this animation over and over again. So the way we do this is we come here to where it says dope sheet. No. We come over here to where it says nonlinear animation. All right, and then
sorry, can you drag your camera to the other side?
Oh,
for this
sorry.
part.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
Nice. So yeah, so right here, let me go back to where I was. I was in the timeline. So I'm gonna come here to this word. You see this little clock here, and I'm gonna go to nonlinear animation, and that's when I'm selecting the armature. And then you're gonna come here to this little triangle here, this little orange triangle. You're gonna press down like this, and this is gonna represent your keyframes of this animation. So once you press down and you have this orange square, you're gonna come over here to the right. You're gonna come down to action clip, and you're gonna move this up. You're gonna increase this numbers to loop this animation. So now it's looping right here. So it's just gonna keep looping over and over. Okay. And okay, let's go back. All right, let's add a jump. Import FPX jumping. So right here in this jumping, we have this this little skeleton that's, as you can see, it's like doing the animation jump right there. Bam. So I'm gonna go ahead and rotate it the same direction as the model that we just imported. So R90Z, yeah. Okay, and after that, we are going to come here again to this little watch thing. We're gonna go to dope sheet. And then from dope sheet, we're gonna go to action editor. And this is basically what we do here is this animation that you're seeing here, this little jump that he's doing, we're gonna store it. So let's name it. We're gonna call it jump right here. And we're going to stash it, right? So when we stash it, that means then now we can actually once we stash it, we can actually just remove it or delete it like this. And now when we select this armature and we bring it up, we can find it right here. It says jump, right? Okay, and then there's the jump. So now the way we combine these two animations is we come here back over here. We go to nonlinear animation. Again, we're gonna go to here. We're gonna do this. We're gonna press on push down action like this, and now we have our two animations here represented. So we have the skating and then the jumping. If you notice that when you come here and you move the jump, like it animates right here, but when you come here to the skating part, it's not animating. And the reason is because you have to come here to jump and then change this to nothing instead of hold. So now it's weird because it's oh yeah, that's weird. Let me see.
Should maybe go back to your timeline and see what the keyframes look like in that.
Yeah, I think I might have messed up the keyframes or something. But I don't want to.
Say to
Maybe
remove the
maybe
ease
for
out
the
from X movement.
maybe for the sake
again?
of getting to the AI part, we maybe we probably just ixnay the jump for today.
Yeah. Let's just
That's
go ahead and
true.
just. So okay, so yeah, we have this animation, and we're just gonna roll with this.
And nothing went wrong while animating it. This is exactly all we intended.
Everything was as intended, exactly. Okay.
By the way, I'm pretty sure you have an ease out on the movement on the x-axis movement of the empty. If you delete this, the speed will be constant instead of slowing down at the end of the loop. And so I'd say delete that. I am not I'm not that good at Blender, so I cannot tell you how to do such a thing, but I can see
faster method that I know of is to select all the keyframes, and I believe you hit either Control T or just T, and then you can hit like linear for the interpolation.
Let me see, because I know that I can press V and then vector.
Okay. Well, I guess that works too. Oh, wait, no, not really.
It's not.
No,
yeah, I'm not sure what it's.
Did you hit T? There it is. That's the one.
Yeah.
Linear.
Yeah.
I don't see the other keyframe. That's weird. I think let me just export it as is. I know it's not perfect.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah,
we
gotta
move on.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go to output. Go to wherever I have all my stuff saved. Assets. So I'm gonna create a render folder. Render. Okay. Render folder, and there. Accept. Also, the animation ends like right here. So I'm gonna do 81 right here. You're gonna put here end 81, so that when it renders, it only renders up to that point. And I'm gonna come here, file format. I'm gonna make it FFmpeg video, and encoding. I'm gonna make it MP4.
Move your camera to the original left side again.
Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, let me. I don't mind not having my camera, so you guys can see better. Let me see. There you go. Better. Okay. Yeah. So over here, I just put FFmpeg video. I put video codec HD. I'm sorry, not H.264, and then encoding. I made it MPEG-4, so that we can put it directly into ComfyUI. And then render animation. The wheels are inside of the building. Let me actually just bring the building down slightly. Yeah. And let me render that again.
I think the real takeaway from this is just like the sheer amount of possibilities this opens up for all of us if we are willing to kind of grind through and learn the basics of something like Blender. If you're into AI video at all, that like this gives you just an insane amount of control over everything that you're able to do.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I do have
the fact that you can have an automatic alpha mask because you just have an alpha pass in your in whatever, and you have a alpha composite thing. Because I know that for Tyler's work, so there's an alpha mask for some of them. It's required, and with this you can get it automatically.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run this. This is a workflow that I created. I don't have this publicly available, But I think that whatever workflow you have, like I know JBook has some amazing workflows too. Use whatever you prefer. I do have some workflows online, but I need to update them, and because of the IP adapter update that just happened recently. Yeah, let me get. I already did an animation with Miles before, so I'm just gonna get the prompt that I did with him, and I'm going to be using depth and maybe not candy. Maybe I'll use soft edge, and let me try without open pose for now. And I'm gonna try it without AP adapter because I do have a LoRa, so it might not be necessary, but we'll see. And yeah, let me just go ahead and run just a few frames to see what it's gonna look like. Okay. I know that JBook, you use a lot of masks like this. I'm gonna show right now how to create a mask like this in Blender, like really fast.
Awesome.
And it's gonna be perfectly like the perfect shape and everything.
Oh, did your stream freeze or?
Did it? Is it moving?
No, it's not moving. 1 second, let me. Womp womp.
Is it because of?
Let's see.
I think you need to restart the stream.
Yeah, E, I think you just need to restart your stream. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Inception. Inception. No. Sorry, guys. Give us 1 second here.
Technical difficulties.
We need to stream deeper.
Yes, clearly. Clearly. Sorry about that, everyone.
Is it my side, JBook?
Yeah, yeah. So just turn off your camera and then turn it back on.
Okay, let me see.
I thought your ComfyUI was taking too long there.
Okay, is that good?
Yep, we're back. Boom.
Okay. Q. Is it still Q? What happened? Oh. All right. All right, well, that's loading. Let me show you what you can do for, like, if you want to mask this, right? I'm going to go ahead and just remove this floor, this plane right here. You remove it by not just taking the eye drop, not that little eye, but also this little camera right here to disable it. Let me see if it actually... Okay, yeah. Yeah. So let me come here. So now that I took out that plane, I'm gonna come here to compositing, and I'm gonna put here where it says use nodes, right? And actually, let me remove the world for now. I mean the clouds. Yeah. Compositing. Oh shoot. What do you put here? Any
I wish I could help you out here. I only know how to make my mask in After Effects with the roto brush.
I wish I could help you out here. but I don't really use the compositing tab.
Oh, does that? I think that did it. There you go. Okay, got it.
Okay, you got it. Never mind, you got it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to press Shift A, search. Going to put alpha over, and going to put this alpha in here, and I want to make this black, and then bring this image to this here. Gonna press Shift A again. Gonna put viewer so that we can preview what it's looking like. And I think if I bring this down, or no? Let me make sure that let's check up on our. Oh, look at. So check that out. It looks pretty good, right?
I think that looks great.
Let me let's do the whole thing, and just so you can see the full animation. Yeah, it looks pretty clean, right? It looks like and then if you upscale it, it's gonna look even cleaner than that. But yeah,
what
you see how,
what model and LoRa and stuff did you use on this?
I used LoRa that I actually trained with Miles Morales LoRa, and then I use anime stills as a checkpoint model. And if you notice, we made his hands black initially, right? But you see how it filled in the red for us, because in the LoRa it has that information of Miles Morales having this red, this some red in his hands as well. So it filled in like these areas where it didn't have that information, which is amazing. Yeah. So now it's downloading the whole thing. And yeah, well, that's downloading. Let me see if I can figure this thing out. Reviewer. But any questions out there? Any doubts?
Non-believers in chat.
The main thing I'm taking away from this is just that, like, I need to learn Blender more so that I can have complete control over everything I do. And just seeing even something as simple as you putting the plane and then just slapping a texture on it, but a texture for a building, so it's like, it's Spider-Man skating down a building. It would be super easy to just set the camera resolution for this as 1080 by 1920, so it's perfect for Instagram, and then rotate it, and next thing you know, you have Miles Morales skating down the building in the perfect, like, Instagram reel vertical video. So
yeah,
I've really enjoyed this.
Yeah, this is like if you compare this to like what the model originally looks like this, it's like it's way different. Like this, to me, it just looks really rough. It doesn't look yeah, like once I ran it through Comfy, I just feel like it just added so much like more vibrance and color to it, and just made it look like more like, yeah, like cartoony, and it added a lot of details. Like, for example, the shorts, like in this model, it doesn't have shorts. If you look at it, he doesn't have shorts here, but yet, because I trained the LoRa to recognize, like, okay, these are the things that Miles Morales, like, this is how his outfit looks like. It fills it in for you, and I think that's amazing. I think that's so awesome, and that's the reason why I like this workflow, because you don't have to have a perfect model over here. You just have to have like the basic shape of it, and then it just does everything else for you. Yeah, I mean, what are you guys'
you
thoughts on that?
You can really get elaborate with this and put time into building out like a scene with 3D assets that you could download from a multitude of 3D asset websites. Like, the stuff doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be enough to give shape. And then if you exported these things with different colors in the mask, you could build your workflow in Comfy similar to mine, because now even there are guys like Purs. I don't know if you guys follow Purs on Twitch. Shout out to Purs, or sorry, on Twitter. But Purs has a workflow where you take like a red mask, a green mask, a blue mask, and a yellow mask, and you can put in an IP adapter for each different color of the mask and prompt for each specific thing in the scene. So you can take this to crazy lengths, and I know that there are really experienced 3D artists that are now starting to dabble into AI and do stuff like this to easily texture their scenes. But it's really dope from our point of view to see guys who started off with AI start to expand into these other things to improve what they're already doing really great with the AI.
Yeah, and honestly, like what I did was just, I was just trying to make it a little bit interesting and go through the process of getting like the character and everything. But you can literally just grab any of these characters. You don't even have to do like half of the work that I did. You can literally come into Mixamo, select the character, and maybe some of these characters looks like what you're trying to do. Like, for example, if you're trying to animate like a what is that the guy from Halo,
Master Chief.
Master Chief, then just get this guy and just get an animation of over here. Just choose any animation, bring it into Blender, and then export it, and then run it through Comfy, and then you're set. Yeah, like my process was way longer because I was trying to do something a little bit more interesting, because I wanted to make your guys' time worthwhile. But if you want, you can literally just come in here, just grab a model, put it into Blender, and just export it and put it into Comfy straight up. So that's there too. You've seen some of the stuff that I've done where I literally just grabbed this generic looking model, and I've done a ton of stuff with it. And yeah, and you can do a lot of stuff with this kind of stuff.
So let me ask you, when you did the P Diddy running away animation for that one, did you just use the like that base Mixamo model skeleton that it gives you from the running?
Exactly. That's what I did. I did have a Laura though. And I think that's the key. It's Laura, but also now that you have IP adapters, I think IP adapters can probably do a lot of that heavy lifting as well.
So we actually just had a question from a first-time Twitch chatter. Thank you for joining us, by the way. It says, would love to see the results and comparisons between like IP adapter and prompts and LoRa's and checkpoints and stuff. And so that's something that us as individuals, it kind of gotta, like, when we're playing with this, we gotta mess around with that to figure out what results we want. I can tell you from experience, from personal experience, that once I started using IP adapters to really push the style I was trying to get, it's been a minute since I've went back to LoRa's and whatnot, because now E still uses LoRa's and stuff, and on the other side with the IP adapter, now I spend my time prompting for images that give me exactly what I want to see on my character, and then I'm able to just put that on the animation, and it gets it really great. E,
yeah,
any kind of like last thoughts or takeaways you wanna spit out at us here?
I did want to show you this last thing about the masking. So you can get a transparent mask, or like a mask like this for your process that you do. I just had to come here. The reason it wasn't working earlier is because I had to come over here to this I believe it's render, and then come here to film and transparent, and then I come here to color management, go to filmic, and go to standard, and then it makes it completely white. So now, if I can export this, let me just change the name of it, just so you can see what it does. Mask, accept, render.
That looks like a pretty good rotoscope to me.
You see, like there's no jitteriness. There's no yeah, it's extremely clean, right? And imagine using this with your workflow, getting this extremely clean mask and then using that with IP adapters, changing the background. I mean, the possibilities are there. You know, it's just you just got to play around with these tools that are available, and they're free. So that's what's so great about it. But I wish I could have done a little bit more, like more interesting with the animation. I was kind of like, the pressure of doing this live and
it's all good. It's all good,
yeah,
man.
It's kind of yeah.
So wait, so the P Diddy one, because I saw the mask of the character running away that just flashed on the screen. Did you have a mask for both characters and you ran them separately and then you put them all in the scene together?
No, so I actually didn't use it. Like I did test it with this just to see what came out of it, but I actually just ended up just running it like this, and I ran two separate videos. I did one with P Diddy and then one with the other guy running behind him. And then what I did is in After Effects, I just used. Oh yeah, I did use this mask to remove the background from here, and then I just put P Diddy with the scene with the cop in it. So yeah, this mask was super useful for that too, and that's what's also great about this, that you can use this really clean mask for removing the background. Because let's say for example, like you didn't like the background here, you can remove the background with the mask. I just exported it. This one, you can use this, remove the background, and add a completely different background, whatever you want. So, yeah.
Awesome. I think this was really great. I know I'm gonna I'm lucky that I'm gonna have this video on my computer, but when I upload it to YouTube, I'm going to make sure that this gets saved. And yeah, guys, I hope that this is something that if any of you try to experiment with this, you can refer back to this. E has a bunch of really well thought out and well recorded tutorials on his YouTube channel. So make sure you check out his YouTube channel. E, you got any last words for the stream here?
Just thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for if you sat through this whole thing, thank you for being so patient. And yeah, if you do create something, I would love to check it out. Definitely tag me. I'm on Instagram, Enigmatic _E. And yeah, thank you, JBook, for inviting me. It's an honor to be here, and I just want to give JBook his flowers, man. He's been doing a lot in the AI community, not just with Civitai, but outside of that, you've been doing so much, and I just want to give props to you, man. You're definitely, like I said, I told you this in a DM, and you were like, I don't think so, but you really are inspiration, bro.
I appreciate that. I just hope any of the ranting that I do on here with you guys on a weekly basis and on the Civitai socials and whatnot helps you guys even get like one step closer to creating something that you guys want to create in the video and animation side. E, before I let you go, we got one request to see if we could just run a quick little snippet of this with some type of different Laura or different character and just see what it looks like.
Yeah, definitely. Let me actually run it through this other workflow. Let me see.
Like, can we try to put P Diddy on the skateboard?
Yeah, we can try. Let's see what it does with P Diddy. And this one I did use a Laura because I noticed that it did help with the face, so I did use the Laura with the face here. let's see what it does with this. I think this is using a LTM too, so it should do it pretty fast.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see.
And if you guys are not following E on social, make sure you check him out. His handle is at Enigmatic_E on Instagram. And you can find him on Twitter at, what was it, 8bit?
Oh, yeah, at 8bit_E.
And he shares a lot of his behind the scenes and makes these cool little, like, how I did this videos that he posts on Twitter as well. So make sure you go follow him on socials. He is a wealth of information. Like I said, I was watching his old Warp Fusion tutorials before I even had my first PC, and I was like, man, I can't do this on a Mac. I wish I could do this. And then as soon as I got a PC, I went back to his tutorial, and here we are.
Yeah. It's crazy your journey, man, because I interviewed you like several months ago. Like I did like this kind of podcast interviews on my YouTube, and you were my first interview, and you didn't have any of the setup that you have right now. You were like, I don't even think you had a mic. You think you were just like straight up like, I don't know what you were recording with, but
no, it was straight up monitor webcam.
Webcam, yeah, exactly. And now you have like this really crazy setup. It's awesome, man. Is it still going? Yeah. Where's it at?
I want to see Diddy on a skateboard before we get out of here. And
yeah.
thank you everyone for joining us. Like we've had a crazy amount of people sitting in the stream today. We're really grateful for everyone who tunes into these things. We are going to be adding one more stream during the week very soon. Ali and I are working out the scheduling details on that, where we actually get together and tag team and go over the latest and greatest and the new things that are happening on the image generation side each week. And we talk about what is, like, we really are trying to get our finger on the pulse of everything for you guys. And then next week on our guest creator stream, we are going to have Midjourneyman and Super Beast AI come and break down a really incredible upscaling workflow that they built in ComfyUI. So you're not going to want to miss that one. Next week, we're going to get back to image generation. So make sure you tune in next week for Midjourneyman and Super Beast AI. And contrary to his name, he spends most of his time in Stable Diffusion. So shout out to those guys. I can't wait for that one either. Oh, it's almost done. It's in the Vey decoder. I want to see P. Diddy on the skateboard.
Come on, come on. It's. I always feel like it's like opening a present. You know, it's like you don't know like what's gonna pop out.
Tree Samurai on Twitch. Yes, the Twitch streams are all on our YouTube channel. So YouTube, Civitai, everything is there. We have a playlist called Twitch VODs. Everything gets uploaded there. And each one has a description title for what it is. And that's something I've been doing going forward. So, hey, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's the best ending ever.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now we just need him on the skateboard, and now we need the cop chasing after him while he's on the skateboard. And that's the Instagram post right there.
It's like the next evolution of, like, have you guys seen the Batman chasing Joker on snowboards like clip? We found the next step.
Man.
Hey man. It was fun.
I can't thank you enough for coming on and for running through that with us. I know that going through something like Blender live on an AI stream is not easy. You did a great job. We came out with something super dope at the end of it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. E?
Totally.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Thank you
guys so much.
Twitch, we are signing off. We will be back on Monday with Max with the Civitai update office hours, Ali on Tuesday and Wednesday, video and animation and more IP adapter madness with me on Thursday, And we will be back with our guest creator stream next week with Midjourneyman and SuperBeast.ai. I hope you all have a great weekend. Happy Easter. And we're out. Peace, guys. Civitai.com.